Madge, who is a boy, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I didn't like it. No, I didn't. That is absolutely lying. Just be honest. I am, I'm not. I'm not. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. That is absolutely valid in poetry. I like poems like that, but I didn't like hers. Who should I show my poem to next? Everyone voted Yuri. Unless you have a better idea, boys. Vote in the comments! Hurry up! Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, actually doing literature in a literature club. Which itself is kind of funny, because this is a literature club, so presumably they've discussed poetry before. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. This font is difficult to read. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Right, I'm going to read that again because that was a bit tricky. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Well, I had to read it twice to get into that one. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. It is terrible. You can barely read it. Politeness mode engaged. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yeah, I had to go over it a couple of times. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. I usually write longer poems. I'm really glad you like it, I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? That wasn't a poem about ghosts, it was about a street lamp. Yeah, thank you, Yuri. Yes, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Madge, who is a boy who wasn't paying attention. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. Madge, who is a boy, is a complete oblivious dick, isn't he? They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in a last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah. Blah blah blah. Right. Gather myself. Poetry time. Deep breaths. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Did you wait until this morning to write this? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself, says Maju as a boy who's not paying any attention at all. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. It came out nice, or how I should put it, it sounds just like you. It does sound just like you. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. It's true. I get all cranky if I skip breakfast. Feed me! Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. It was slightly less painful than I was expecting, I suppose. Blah, 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 blah. Next time I'm going to write the best poem ever. Good luck. Oh, we do have to do Monica. Her eyes frighten me. And the hips. Don't do the hips, please. I'm on edge here. She's gonna pop out her hips any moment. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or, you know, reading books, or things we can do better, like have more books, choose a book, maybe choose an author, you know, just, we don't have to kind of agree on a book, maybe we just agree on an author, or a genre, I don't know. Blah, 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 blah. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway. Want to share your poem with me? No, not really. Not really. I guess I have to. Oh, she did the hip thing. Ugh! See a doctor, woman! It's coming out your vagina. Ooh, I have a scroll bar. This is literally the second interactive object in this game. It's a scroll bar. Look, boys. I'm clicking something and I'm moving it up and down. It's interactive. Woohoo. Oh, I have to go into poetry mode again. But it's interactive. Look at it. It's a scroll bar. Second interactive object is a scroll bar. And we're what? How long have I been playing this? How long have I been in this hell? Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. Now I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realised now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. Okay. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. I don't know if that is what I'd call it. I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. Poetry is not my corner. It's okay. Yeah, that style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. That is the kind of the difference between poetry and not poetry. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. That was the inspiration behind this one. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Madhu as a boy does not know this word. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. It's truth. Sometimes you just have to write anything and get over the hump. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. No, they're judging you because you're an idiot, mate. And even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. We keep being told it's a literature club. We're told it's a literature club. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Madge, who was a boy, did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Madge, who is a boy, liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Madge, who is a boy, appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? No, this is just getting interesting. Well, you know what? I wasn't the only one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Madge, who was a boy, started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they've just noticed I was standing there. Madge, who is a boy. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Madge, who is a boy who is not interested in literature. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Madge, who is a boy who has really no taste or interest in literature who wants to be reading anime right now? Yeah. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. That is true, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Can I agree with neither of them? Do you guys want to cast a vote? Because I'm going with help me Sayori otherwise. Zeph, I want to hear your opinion. Everyone poke Zeph. Snake, make the most annoying noise you can possibly think of at Zeph. I'm going to assume Snake did my bidding there. Well, apparently it's Yuri anyway, so off we go. Okay, I hope I fixed that issue. For some reason it just showed a unmoving screen and I have no idea why. I mean, the game was running fine, OBS was streaming apparently fine, but it just chose not to update what it was actually showing. So anyway, I think that fixed that. Or in other words, I did nothing but punch it and turn it on and off again. Oh yeah, back to Doki Doki Torture Club. No, I have to do the perm again. I already had to click through this once. Ugh. Yep, just turned it off and on again. For some reason that worked. I don't know. Why wasn't it working in the first place? I don't know. Insight, that's what I lack. Flee, that's what I want to do. Cage, that's what I'm in. Wrath, that's how I feel. Cry, that's where it's going to end up. Universe of pain. Where's pain? It doesn't have pain, I'll have to go with anger. Fester. Massacre. Very poor judgment. An ocean of infinite existence of pain. Uncontrollable rage. What's a kawaii? Kawaii? Kawaii. And now I'm disorientated. Chocolate. Never a reason not to pick chocolate. I'm wearing my headphones. I'm very hopeless about our chances here. I'd like to disown this entire experience. Tell Madge to let me borrow some money. F off, Sayori. I'm already cleaning your bedroom for you. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just? I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I don't know what she means by that. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Oh my god. You do one thing bad and then suddenly communism. Retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she'd even told me. You wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. It's true. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. I was hoping for actual Jane Austen as well. That's not happening. Something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. I must have rolled a 10. A 10! I slapped the girl in the face, finally. A cookie! Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Low-flying giant cookie wrapped in plastic. This game is getting slightly better now. Is this a miracle? Cookies from heaven. It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. She's right. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. That's true. This girl's like a disaster zone. She's already invoked a communist revolution, got smacked in the face, and then bitten her own tongue. I retrieve the book from my bag. Oh, I have some chocolate as well. Well, at least he came with something. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well for tea. Guess so. Chocolate goes for everything, really. I'm not disputing that. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, even though we have two books. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. Why? You have two identical books. What's the point of this? I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. What? How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. What? Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even hard. What? What's going on here? Because now what? Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. There's some sort of weird spatial, temporal, third dimension going on. She wears her intense reading expression in the 5th dimension, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away into 12 dimensions. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading while the two worlds merge around me. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. That's just poor technique, mate. That is poor technique. No British person does that. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel a hot breath on my fingers. Like, okay, everyone. Oh, that's good. The music stopped. Oh no, it's back again. It's time to share poems. Madge, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken, and for a brief moment, that was a glorious moment, we had a respite from the music. And now it's back. Who should I share my poem to first? You all want me to show it to Yuri, but no, that's enough for one day. There's going to be a riot in the comments now. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? No, I mainly just pressed random words, actually. There's a riot going on in the comments. Finally, I get to inflict some pain on you guys as well. Yeah, why not spread the misery around? You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I notice that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. Just meant I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. Not the hip... but she doesn't do that pose at me, basically. I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that part of me. I'm just going to read Zeph's poem that he thoughtfully wrote in the comments for me, after much taunting. People suck. Yes, they do. This game sucks as well. Okay, now I have to go into actual poetry mode. Save me. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. What? Save me? Load me? What? I really don't know what this is trying to say to me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Yeah. Oh no, don't do that pose, darling. Your poor hips. Why does she bend over at that angle? I regret coming to Monica. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of a poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Ah. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. What? You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Like, we actually get to read a book. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Is it telling me to save the game? Is that what it's telling me? Okay, fine. Who should I show my poem to next? Oh, fine, we'll do Yuri. Good grief. More rioting in the comments. Blue wanted Natsuki. Oh no, I broke a nail. That's how intensely interactive this game is. I've actually broken a nail. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna have to repair a nail. Oh, we've got a slide bar again. Interactivity. I hope I don't break another nail on that. Last one obviously did all my fingers in. The Raccoon. If only Rocket Raccoon were here. Someone fetch Xander as a poem about him. He loves raccoons, that guy. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttling of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, a something or other, because her handwriting sucks. What does that say? An urge. Okay, it's urge. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. Probably that, darling. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, like an axe murderer, the raccoon shows its excitement because it smells blood. A rush of blood! Classic Pavlovian conditioning. We shall feast upon them all! I slice the bread and I feed myself again on the blood of the innocent. And that was Poetry Corner for today. Cannibals and raccoons. Well, that poem was more fun than the last one, but technically speaking, I thought it was less accomplished. I did like the bloodthirsty raccoon part, though. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. She's a vampire. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because she's a vampire! They're embarrassing and people will make fun of me because I'm a vampire. Don't you have anything like that, Madge, who is a boy? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I'm a complete pervert who's stalking all of you for some reason. Best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable, like your obsession with knives, for instance. Right, after all of that sort of like vampire and knives thing, I'm not really sure where I want to go next, but let's do Natsuki. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to show you my poem. Yes, this is the literature club. I have to remind them of this quite frequently. Oh, another scroll bar. Got to mind the fingers. I've totally taken off the nail of my index finger there, and I like, how even? How even? These scroll bars are sharp. Anyway, excuse me, my voice is going slightly, so... Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends started like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. We're just better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Well, that was insane. I liked that. That was almost as disturbing as the raccoon poem. that was almost as disturbing as the knife and raccoon poem. I liked it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps people realise how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter, it can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. I think this game is trying to justify itself. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Did you say Yuri? Yeah, she said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. It was all about vampires, raccoons, knives, and draining the blood of the innocent. Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies involving knives and raccoons. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviours and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Diplomacy mode activated. I don't even know what's going on in my comments section at the moment. This is a rare occasion when the comments is making less sense than this damn game. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It's almost what we're here for. What's this? Battles? Oh, bottles. I got excited there for a moment. Bottles. I pop off my scalp? Wait, hang on. I pop off my scalp. She's scalping people. Good God, it's getting violent in here. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. And crush it. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each a bottle of starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. Yuck. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This is blind, yes, I've never played this game before. I've been bullied into this. Sayori, did you really write this? Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yes, we didn't believe you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. Yeah, that's obviously true. It's almost kind of creepy. We're going to be performing? Fuck no. I'm so out. Performing. Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Okay, everyone is so out. You're on your own, Monica. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Everyone's out. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. Yeah, you should have probably thought about that earlier. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. What? We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club? What? We don't even do any literature. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. What? And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about, except that we've read about 6 pages between us, and that was just me and Yuri. It's about expressing your feelings. It's about reading. Being intimate with yourself? No. Finding new horizons? No. It's about books. Could we at least do some Shakespeare? I'll settle for Shakespeare. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I agree. Ugh. This guy has no spine. I don't think it's a lot to ask. What is wrong with you? Yuri dejectedly glances around everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Don't you? We could play Mario instead. Yuri! Yuri, let's play Mario. Someone around here, for God's sake, must have a Nintendo. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Blah 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 blah. What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. What? Why can't I walk home with both of them? I'm confused. What am I meant to pick here? Well, because you guys are like shitposting all over my stream and mocking me behind my back, I'm going to ignore you guys and go with Sayori. In your face! You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? She's so beautiful and smart. She's got purple hair and eyes. I mean, you know, at least her eyes are blue and her hair is brown, which is kind of like not demonic and monstrous and full of knives. Oh no, I have to write a poem again. Oh god. Send help. I'm going to check the comments because as far as I can see, it's some sort of communist revolution. Or, I don't know, avant-garde postmodernism going on in here. Who the hell are you people even?